Welcome back. If you've been trying to keep track of artificial intelligence lately, you know exactly how overwhelming it can be, right? We're dealing with an absolute flood of new models, upgrades, and capabilities right now in 2026. It's not just a single chatbot you talk to anymore. It's an entire universe of specialized minds. But hey, don't worry, because in this explainer, we're going to completely demystify the chaos. We are building a mental toolbox. By looking at these tools systematically, you'll know exactly which AI to reach for, no matter the task.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're organizing our mental toolbox into 5 specific drawers. First up, the big 3 frontier models. Second, niche AI and real-world use. Third, the open source movement. Fourth, image, video, and world models. And finally, code and audio generation. So, starting with drawer number 1, the big 3 frontier models. These foundational giants are absolutely not interchangeable anymore. Each one has evolved a highly distinct superpower. Now, while ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini all share a top-tier price point, $200 a month for unlimited pro-level access, you are buying vastly different capabilities. ChatGPT remains the absolute king of ease of use. It's just the best generalist for consumers. Claude, on the other hand, is the ultimate workhorse, literally the model you want for heavy coding and writing. And Gemini? That's your deep research assistant, heavily integrated right into the web. Let's break these down a bit more. Starting with ChatGPT, this is the original, and honestly, it's still a powerhouse generalist. They've built a super consumer-friendly ecosystem. It starts with a free tier, steps up to an $8 a month Go plan, and then hits the $20 Plus plan. That's where you unlock the mighty GPT 5.4 model, complete with instant thinking and pro reasoning modes. But if you really want to push the absolute limits of research-grade intelligence without any constraints, they offer that $200 a month Pro plan. With cross-platform apps and built-in image generation, it's pretty much the perfect choice if you just want incredible AI without having to tinker. Let's move over to Claude and see how it builds on a totally different philosophy. Claude is specifically focused on your workflow. It might lack native image generation, but it's widely considered superior for coding and nuanced writing. Just look at these integrations. It plugs directly into Gmail, Notion, Figma, and Slack. Even more impressive, on their higher tiers, which go up to a $100 Max plan and that $200 Pro plan, you can actually plug Claude directly into Excel and PowerPoint to generate work artifacts for you. And if you're sick of AI sounding like a robot, Claude utilizes custom skills. Stuff like the humanizer skill automatically strips away those familiar, clunky AI writing patterns, a real game changer. Now, to really understand Google Gemini's superpower, we have to talk about its context window. Quick refresher. A token is roughly 3/4 of a word, and the context window is the total amount of information an AI can process at one time. Gemini's window? A massive 1 million tokens. Because Google builds their own chips, Gemini runs incredibly fast and can ingest unprecedented amounts of data all at once. You can literally upload an entire, full-length video, and it will watch it frame by frame to answer your specific questions. Combined with Google's deep web search and workspace integrations, it is simply unmatched for deep, multi-source research. Moving on to drawer number 2, niche AI and real-world use. So the big 3 definitely dominate the digital realm, but what happens when we actually take AI out of the browser? Take a look at Medas. This is not some polished concept video. This is true science fiction made real today. Built by teams from Stanford and Princeton, Medas acts as a real-time clinical co-pilot. It's actively deployed right now at the Stanford Blood Center and pathology departments. It combines AI reasoning with XR glasses and intelligent collaborative robotic gloves to assist doctors in live clinical workflows. Showcased at NVIDIA GTC 2026, it perfectly shows how AI is moving from just answering our text prompts to assisting with precise physical tasks in life or death environments. Wild, right? Another highly specialized tool is Grok, developed by Elon Musk's xAI. Now, objectively speaking, Grok doesn't currently have the sheer feature parity or the reasoning depth of the big 3 models we just talked about. However, it holds a very specific tool in our toolbox. It's unparalleled real-time integration with Twitter search. Because it can instantly reference live information and shifting trends right off the platform, it's highly effective for researching breaking news and live social sentiment. It offers a free tier, a $30 a month plan, and a massive $300 a month plan for heavy usage. All right, drawer number 3, the open source movement. What if you just don't want to rely on these massive corporate entities at all? Well, that brings us to the trade-offs of running open source models locally. The benefits here are massive.
You get total data privacy because absolutely nothing leaves your machine. You have complete control to fine-tune the model, and it's effectively free to run, minus the cost of your hardware and electricity. But the drawbacks are definitely real. While software like LM Studio makes it a lot easier, it still requires some technical tinkering. You need heavy computing hardware, and ultimately, open source models are usually a step or two behind the frontier giants. But for 95% of everyday use cases, they are more than capable.
And the ecosystem here is thriving globally. Meta's Llama was the original pioneer that proved local AI was even possible a few years ago. Fast forward to today, and leading Chinese AI labs have produced incredible open source competitors like DeepSeek, Minimax, and Qwen. We've even seen the major corporate players enter the open source arena. OpenAI released GPTs, NVIDIA launched Neutron, and Google provided Gemma. It's just a fantastic space to explore if you want to really understand the nuts and bolts of artificial intelligence firsthand.
Let's open drawer number 4, image, video, and world models. Ascending from text-based logic into the explosive visual frontier, image generation models are turning simple text prompts into stunningly realistic photos in literally seconds. Google's NanoBanana 2 is currently leading the pack with its breathtaking realism. You also have familiar players like Midjourney and ChatGPT Image. But what's really fascinating here is that high-quality image models run surprisingly well locally. Open source models like Stable Diffusion, Flux, and Ideogram can run on medium-budget computers, giving you incredible artistic capability right on your own desktop. But still, images were really just the beginning. The video generation space is absolutely thrilling right now. OpenAI's Sora 2 has actually evolved way beyond just a generation tool. It's become an entire interactive social network where users can create, share, and remix themselves into high-fidelity AI videos. Competing fiercely in this space are Google's massive VO3 model, Runway's Gen 4, and Kling. Creating full dynamic scenes from just a string of text is now a reality accessible to anyone. Now, let's push out to the absolute bleeding edge. We're moving from standard video models to what are called world models. So a world model doesn't just draw pictures, it's an AI meant to simulate physical reality itself. It understands physics, geometry, and environments, allowing you to actually interact with the generated content almost like you're in a video game. It's no longer just a static output, it is a fully simulated environment. You'll find these models being built for some incredibly diverse and surprising applications. On the creative side, you have Google's Genie 2 and World Labs Marble, which are building these explorable digital spaces. But world models are fundamentally practical too. Tesla's full self-driving system can actually be considered a world model because it actively simulates and navigates the physics of the real world. Similarly, NVIDIA's Cosmos is used to develop incredibly complex physical simulations to train autonomous robots and self-driving cars safely. Which brings us to our final drawer, Section 5. Code and audio generation. We have reached the final drawer, where specialized models are completely reshaping software programming. You don't just ask a chatbot to write code anymore. Instead, you use a coding harness. And this brilliantly illustrates where things are going. Software like Cursor, Claude Code, Codex, Devin, or Factory takes the raw intelligence of a frontier model and wraps it in a specialized environment. It autonomously analyzes your codebase, writes new code in a safe sandbox, executes it, and tests it. It effectively turns the AI into an autonomous programmer working right alongside you. Simultaneously, we're experiencing a total audio revolution. Services like 11 Labs now offer flawless, multilingual voice cloning. You can write a script and have an AI deliver it in an exact clone of your voice. OpenAI's voice mode acts as a synchronous assistant. You can talk to it normally, interrupt it, ask it to change its tone, and it responds instantly without missing a single beat. And beyond spoken word, there are now models capable of generating full, high-fidelity musical songs from just a single descriptive prompt. No way we could have imagined this even a few years ago. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground here, exploring everything from clinical robotic co-pilots to simulated world models. If you want a handy reference guide for everything in our toolbox today, the source actually provided a complete AI model PDF document summarizing all these tools. It's securely hosted on Box, and you can find the link to download it right in the original source's description. Which brings us to our final thought. The AI toolbox of 2026 is fully open. You now know the difference between a workhorse like Claude, a research powerhouse like Gemini, and the total privacy of local open source models. The technology is no longer abstract, folks. It's waiting for your direction. So, I leave you with this question. With so many distinct artificial minds readily available, which specific AI